Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and the esteemed session chairs. Today, my colleague Faraz Farooq and I, Sadaf Faridi, are presenting our paper titled Rural Landscapes in the Central National Capital Region, India Transformations in Land Use and Spatial Organization. Our premise is that even though the relevance and criticality of rural areas has been established from many perspectives, there has been significant degradation of rural landscapes and the agrarian economy in the past few decades. Not getting into the debate of whether the said degradation is a price that we are willing to pay for the growth and development of our urban areas, we have looked at rural areas from a rather human scale instead of a planning perspective. Consequently, our paper seeks to examine transformations of rural areas within one of the most dynamic urban conurbations of the world, the Central National Capital Region of India. We have tried to do so by taking up case studies of two districts in the CNCR area, focusing on the interdependency between changes in their land use and spatial configuration and anthropogenic activities in human life. Our presentation is structured such that after a short introduction to rural landscapes and the CNCR, we shall discuss the imageability and perception of rural landscapes and the formation of archetypes. We shall then conclude by discussing a few major transformations by looking at two case studies. India being an agrarian economy, 66% of the population is primarily rural. These rural areas are crucial not only because of the food and raw materials that they provide, but also because they contribute immensely to the economic development of the country and are also determining factors in the environmental and cultural identity of the nation. The development and transformation of such rural areas is an ongoing process which gets affected by a number of factors: political, developmental, climatic, ecological, administrative, and economic, to name a few. By virtue of most rural areas being primarily agrarian, landscape, both ecological and cultural, is one of the most easily affected as well as effective areas when it comes to achieving social and environmental sustenance. Now, the CNCR encompasses the NCT Delhi and 16 other districts from the surrounding states of Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Rajasthan. Due to the rapid expansion of the CNCR, the dynamics between the rural and urban areas are changing very quickly. Great transformations can be observed not only in the physical configuration but also in the ecological, economic, and political situations of these rural areas. Consequently, the social and cultural constructs are also in the process of transformation, the manifestations of which can be seen at the village and neighborhood scales, and the configurations of various landscape elements and patterns of these areas. To observe these transformations, it is important to identify that there is a multitude of factors which collectively help in the formation of perceptions of rural areas. A few such factors are vegetation, topography, water features, architectural heritage, and situational variables. The type of vegetation plays a key role in determining rural landscape preferences. Old, huge, and shade providing trees become preferable for people during summers as they become refuge from scorching heat. Not only does topography contribute to the formation of perceptions about rural areas, it also performs major roles in occupational patterns, ecological balance, and economy. Water features emerge as one of the most valued elements of the landscape, not just for their visual attraction, but also because of the activities, flora, and fauna that are associated with these spaces within an area. Most rural areas, particularly those in the CNCR, are dated and are home to a plethora of architectural heritage. Apart from adding to the visual richness and appropriateness of rural landscapes, such architecture is also a key component of its historical narrative. Another major and rather interesting feature that influences the landscape imageability is situational variables, such as local crafts, local goods, season of the year, and weather conditions. Also, different archetypes form patterns and configurations which lend a distinctive identity to spaces. To understand the spatial organization and landscapes of rural areas, the most perceptible part is the land cover. Therefore, changes in landscape are usually defined in terms of land cover. Land cover comprises of all the characteristics and structures, both natural and man-made, of the land and its immediate subsurface. Parallelly, land use defines the purposes for which humans use the land, including land management practices. It can be observed that rural areas have a pattern of organizing spaces and utilizing them, which are typical of these rural areas. Consciously or subconsciously, people, by the virtue of their settlements, fields, roads, village layouts, and towns, have advanced the landscape to work as per their needs. A description has been developed to form a relationship between the following: interactions of diverse arrangements, the practices that transform landscape, and our aesthetic and emotive response to them. This aids us in understanding the dynamics of transformations in these areas. Now, what are the kind of transformations that we are talking about here? A research was conducted to map the increase in built up area that inversely indicated the reduction in the open spaces within the NCT as shown in this image. Another research calculated the reduction in agricultural land within the NCR region, which showed that the values had gone down from 87.64% in 1986 to 79.52% in 1999. This drop of 8.12% is considerable when compared with the proposed drop of only 3.8%, which was stated in the regional plan of 2001. This has resulted not only in the overconversion of agricultural into non-agricultural land, but also non-conformity with the proposed settlement pattern of the regional plan 2001. Apart from large-scale conversions of agricultural land into non-agricultural land, one can also see transformations in the organization and utilization of spaces in many villages. The archetypical spaces and activities are fading out in several rural areas. A better understanding of this will be created when we move on to our case studies. This is a map of the CNCR. It contains the NCT of Delhi, 9 districts from Haryana, 6 districts from UP, and 1 from Rajasthan. For the purpose of our study, we have taken up the cases of Rohtak, Haryana, and Baghpat in UP. A detailed research has been done for 2 districts in CNCR, Rohtak and Baghpat, to understand the above mentioned transformations. Rohtak is a regional center and one of the 8 priority towns of the NCR. In the last 30 years, Rohtak city has undergone massive expansion. There has been an increase in the total area of the city from about 1800 hectares in 1971 to about 11,000 hectares in 2010. The most dramatic increase in the total area of the city occurred between 2005 and 2010. Within a short span of only 5 years, the geographical area of the city increased by around 3 times. Accounting for 45% of the total geographic area, built up became the most dominant category in 2002, which was an increase by 2 folds in absolute terms in comparison to the built up area in 1989. Similar trends can be noticed up to 2005. Most of these expansions have taken place over agricultural land. It can be observed that in the data pertaining to 2011, there is a near reversal of the land use pattern in Rohtak land use map. However, this is only because the city has grown threefold between 2005 and 2010. These figures are according to the municipal corporation boundary of the respective years. The real figures unfold if we take the municipal corporation boundary of 2010 as a base. It is then observed that there has been a drop in agricultural land from about 87% to about 42%. As a result, the cityscape has been going through jurisdictional alteration with integration of 8 revenue villages. The real addition is more along the national highway which leads to Delhi. Due to pressure on land in these high development zones, one can witness large-scale transformation of agrarian land into non-agricultural land use. The forests being converted to agricultural fields and fields being converted into built-up areas possibly catalyze soil surface instabilities and alterations in vegetation spaces. species. Coming to our second case study, as per the 2011 census, amongst the districts adjoining the Delhi NCT, Baghpat is the least urbanized district with an urbanization level of 21%. As a result of water availability and excellent soil conditions for vegetation growth, this area produces high quality crops. Not only does the region produce high yields and quality of wheat and sugarcane, but it also yields export quality mangoes. In 1997, Baghpat district was created from Baghpat Tehsil of Meerut district. The district became a part of the National Capital Region in 2013. As the CNCR grew, several transformations in the landscape of this district took place. The area under the category of orchards in the village Ratol has reduced to almost half from 1965 to 2019, and the Abadi has increased approximately 4 times in the same period. Talking about the archetypes in Ratol, the first thing that every person who tries to describe Ratol speaks of is mangoes and orchards. One can find best quality mangoes in the village, and that has made its name amongst mango aficionados across the world. The second archetype is local water bodies. Some of these local water bodies have vanished, while the other local water bodies and congregation spaces around them have become too polluted to function as a cultural space. The ecology around them have been affected adversely. These areas, which were once most actively utilized multifunctional areas in the village, are now more or less abandoned. The third archetype is congregational spaces. Based on the experiences shared by people, these spaces have a strong identity as space for congregation, recreation, and relaxation due to the presence of huge trees that bind the place, a huge talab, and a mazar which is historic. Less religious and more cultural in its use, the open space in the mazar uh, premises is used to practice kushti for the competition in the mela. The area is also known for the oldest mosque of the village. People, after offering namaz, hang around under the pilkhan tree or near the talab. Due to urbanization, haphazard growth has taken place within the village. Orchards have been converted into petrol pumps, gas agencies, car service stations, banquet halls, etc. The water bodies are highly polluted with sewage and garbage, which has affected the ecology surrounding it and made it difficult to utilize these spaces for various activities which were earlier a part of people's lifestyle. A transformation can now be observed in the spatial organization of spaces as the utility of of these spaces has reduced. Along with physical changes, altered socio-cultural conditions have made a huge impact on how the spaces are organized within the village. For example, panchayats and public discussions used to happen under the huge pilkan tree, which is shown in this image. But due to sprawl of the abadi and unmanaged disposal of waste, this activity has been shifted to a panchayat ghar, which is basically a room for panchayat. This has caused a shift in the utilization and organization of spaces in the village. The National Capital Region Planning Board has started making observations to this issue of neglected rural areas, and therefore an effort has been made to include rural areas in their zoning regulations in the Regional Plan 2021. So the Regional Plan 2021 addresses the issues of large scale conversions of agricultural land to non-agricultural use and unauthorized conversion of land use. However, issues like sewage disposal, water treatment, etc., are still unaddressed in the rural areas of Central National Capital Region of India. Landscapes play a huge role in defining rural areas, and neglecting this aspect is resulting in transformation of organization of spaces and abandoned open spaces. As the population multiplies and the resource demands increase, the question is not whether rural landscapes will urbanize, but rather how sustainably they will urbanize. Thank you.